The evidence that we have found and that we have released directly point to President Obama leading the manufacturing of this intelligence assessment. There are multiple pieces of evidence and intelligence that confirm that.
That they're on the outs because they're not always in the same room together, Maureen. That's what she would like people to believe. Like she had what, 1 or 2 public appearances without him, and that's what led to the divorce speculation. That's not quite it, my dear. It's what are the things? Oh, your words. It's your words that led us to believe you can't.
Imagine this. Barack Obama, strutting around like the untouchable king of cool politics, latte in hand, one-liner always ready. Then, out of nowhere, Megyn Kelly and Tulsi Gabbard crash the scene like 2 Avengers who never got the memo about respecting legacies. What follows isn't just a roast, it's a total annihilation, so savage even Obama's teleprompter would have thrown in the towel. Stick around. This showdown makes every political clapback you've seen look like story time for toddlers.
Is if you add it all up, even the year having, if the odds were you're going to be married to your partner for 50 years and 10 of those years could be bad, you'd
sign up for it.
You'd sign up for it.
You'd sign up for
it.
Right.
And that's really how it works out.
Is it, Michelle? It's not. I've been married for 17 and a half years and not one was bad. I think she and he married the wrong people.
Barack Obama has always glided through politics like a Marvel superhero with an untouchable glow. He strolled into Washington with the swagger of a smooth-talking prophet, turning hope and change into a mixtape ready to drop. The media worshipped him so much that if he sneezed, anchors would call it a masterclass in leadership. He wasn't just a president. He was a walking lifestyle brand. And let's be real, most of us didn't vote for him.
What happened next was we're going to do a new assessment and we're going to see what Russian interference was. Immediately, the media started reporting, it was huge. They interfered in everything. They tried to help Trump. So the answer to the homework was delivered to the media before the homework had been done. And then when the homework was officially delivered in January of 17 to Obama, shock of all shocks, it said what Obama wanted it to say, which was Russia, Russia, Russia. They wanted to help Trump. And off we were on the collusion allegations that would dominate the Trump first term. So now you have spoken to a whistleblower still inside the CIA who worked on that 17 ICA, and this person is telling us what?
If you're enjoying this video, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. But remember, every shiny statue eventually meets a hammer. In this case, 2 hammers showed up, Megyn Kelly and Tulsi Gabbard. If Obama's image was the Mona Lisa of politics, they rolled into the Louvre with spray paint, ladders, and zero patience for polite applause. Suddenly, the golden boy didn't look so golden anymore. More like a man propped up by some very expensive PR stunts.
This are far-reaching and have to do with the integrity of our democratic republic. It has to do with an outgoing president taking action to manufacture intelligence to undermine and usurp the will of the American people in that election and launch what would be a years-long coup against the incoming President of the United States.
Megyn Kelly was first to unsheath her knife. She's not exactly nice. Unless by nice you mean smiling while shredding someone's credibility on live TV. She's basically a human scalpel, precise, sharp, and capable of making even the most confident politicians sweat through their tailored suits. Kelly has built her career on never flinching in front of power, and if that means dragging Obama's media-crafted halo through the mud, she's all in.
The pod, they got to watch it because, first of all, we're taking this thing apart tomorrow on the Mini Nerve.
Good.
He's got more chemistry with and affection for brother Craig than his own wife, if you look at the way they greet each other. And then my favorite thing is the staging now, because we all know that politics is about optics and stagecraft. Michelle's at this end of the table. Obama's all the way over here at this end. And brother Craig is between them like a mediator, like a marriage counselor.
So
if they're
true.
really still in love and together and not getting a divorce.
What makes Megyn especially dangerous? She has receipts. She's seen the media scramble to shield Obama from tough questions, and she's never been shy about pointing out how absurd it looked. While most journalists were busy penning love letters disguised as op-eds, Megyn stood there like a teacher calling out everyone's lazy homework. Picture a classroom where every student writes essays praising the king. Then Megyn drops a 5-page report exposing the king's tax shenanigans. That's her energy. Then enters Tulsi Gabbard. If Megyn is a scalpel, Tulsi is a blunt force hammer. She doesn't care whose feelings get bruised, as long as the truth escapes unscathed. She's not just throwing shade, she's flipping the entire table. The type who could turn a polite dinner into a full-on interrogation in minutes. And unlike armchair critics, she's lived through the fallout of policy decisions. When Tulsi talks about foreign blunders or humanitarian wars, she's not guessing. She's pointing to the scars and saying, "Yeah, I was there. I saw what your hope and change actually looked like on the ground."
Fuel on the fire that there's a potential, maybe a divorce or some sort of rockiness going on in the Obamas' relationship. They both posted these mirrored, very choreographed Valentine's Day messages on X, but he was just seen at an LA, the basketball team, the Clippers, thank you, game without her. And then on Tuesday, he was spotted eating out at a fancy dinner in Sherman Oaks with both daughters, Malia and Sasha, but again, no Michelle, according to TV.
And that's where the cracks in Obama's carefully curated image start to show. 4 years, he was treated like the guy who ended wars, healed racial divides, and floated above Washington corruption like a political messiah. But scratch beneath the glossy speeches and celebrity aura, and his record looks a lot more like every other president who promised the moon and handed out parking tickets instead. Take foreign policy. Obama campaigned like he'd unplug the war machine, tuck it in, and sing it a lullaby. Instead, he basically swapped the batteries and upgraded the software. Drone strikes skyrocketed, civilian casualties became background noise, and interventions were wrapped in flowery speeches about democracy. It was like the international community saying, "Here's a trophy for being nice." Only to spend 8 years accidentally burning down parts of the SET home, Obama was hailed as the healer of America's racial wounds. His election was supposed to mark a new era, the ultimate proof that the country had finally moved past centuries of division.
That people like Senator Warner are doing. He was the head of the Intelligence Committee at the time. They would have to admit and actually address the details of their complicity in this, or their absolute failure in conducting the most basic responsibilities of, again, asking, where is this intelligence coming from? What are the sources? What proof do you have of these of this high confidence assessment? Remember, John Brennan and James Clapper at the time assessed, and James Comey, with high confidence that Russia aspired to help Donald Trump win the election.
But reality didn't exactly cooperate. Beneath all the speeches about unity, tensions kept boiling over. Police shootings, riots, and cultural clashes didn't disappear, they got worse. It's like slapping a fresh coat of paint on a crumbling wall and acting shocked when it collapses. Enter Megyn Kelly. She doesn't just note that the wall fell, she exposes how the media cheered the paint job while ignoring the cracks. Obama got softball questions, flattering magazine covers, and a press corps acting like unpaid interns for his personal fan club. Kelly calls out that double standard with surgical precision. Because let's be real, if any other president had expanded surveillance programs or ordered drone strikes that wiped out entire villages, the media would have acted like the world was ending. With Obama, just another Tuesday. And Tulsi? To her, Obama wasn't the peace president. He was the guy swapping one war for another while pretending the world was drifting toward harmony. She shows how he sold the idea of change while quietly propping up the same broken system.
And in this particular soundbite, she's got thoughts on relationships. Listen here.
Relationships are long, and there are also ebbs and flows, right? So I think sometimes people who date don't realize that, you know, in long-term relationships, you're gonna have deep dips, and you're gonna have
a bad year.
You're gonna have a bad. I tell people, and folks think that this is harsh. It's like, you're gonna have a bad decade.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've been married to my husband for 30 plus years. I mean, the truth is, if you add it all up, even the year if the odds were you're going to be married to your partner for 50 years and 10 of those years could be bad, you know,
you'd sign up for it.
You'd sign up for it.
You'd sign up for it.
You know,
Right.
and that's really how it works out.
And that's the brilliance of this unlikely duo. Megyn Kelly tears through the media bubble that kept Obama untouchable, while Tulsi Gabbard goes straight for the policies lurking behind the speeches. Together, they're a political wrecking crew. One peels off the wallpaper, the other swings a sledgehammer at the foundation. Sure, Obama's speeches are iconic. The man could read a grocery list and make it feel like scripture. But Kelly and Gabbard remind us that no amount of eloquence can stop bombs from falling or lives from being destroyed. By the time they're done, the aura of invincibility crumbles. Suddenly, Obama's legacy doesn't look like a marble statue. It's a soggy cardboard cutout left out in the rain. And the fan reaction? Pure chaos. Social media erupts as if someone just kicked their favorite puppy. Obama diehards flood Twitter with hashtags, long emotional essays, and frantic defenses. But all it does is underline the point. His image has become a sacred cow no one's allowed to touch.